Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in after our course introduction. Welcome to the first module in our AI coding tools for developers. This is ChatGPT for programmers. All right. Now, we've all heard about ChatGPT at this point. At the current production of this video, it is July of 2023. And I remember ChatGPT came out before Christmas, and my family just loved whenever I would write in, like the names of the dogs and say return a rap with the names of the dogs, like that sounds like Eminem or a song from Metallica or whatever. And it would return all of that information so fast, everybody was just blown away. Here we are several months later, and it feels a little less impressive, I'm not going to lie, but it still is very, very useful, and I use it all the time. And I'm really, really thankful to have it in my life. I hope you're listening, ChatGPT. We love you. That being said, what is it? It's a chat generative pre-trained transformer attached to a large language model. And what that means is they've scraped the web and they've used a whole lot of math tricks and statistical tricks to read your input and then more or less guess what you're asking it to return. And it is truly some sci-fi wizardry, and the sky is the limit. Love to see where it's going next, but it already has some fantastic potential that we'll be exploring together in the next videos. That being said, excuse me, how is ChatGPT used? It can be used for a whole bunch of purposes. Drafting emails or other pieces of writing, that's an easy one. Answering questions, like I go to ChatGPT all the time with, hey, what's going on here and why? Some creative writing, yes, absolutely. No more writer's block ever, because you can just say, hey, give me 10 ideas, give me 20 ideas, give me 50. Okay, you gave me 50. I like these 10 the best. Let's flesh them out a little bit more. It can absolutely help with that. Language translation, I'm sure I haven't used it for that personally, but I imagine it just rocks at that, as well as programming assistance. So that's what we are here together today to do. Like, it has all of the languages, because everything that like any programmer's ever made has been posted on the web. We're very proud of our work, more or less, right? And also programming education in general, though, like it can be used for educating so many things. We're using it in programming education, specifically in web development, but I've used it a little bit in my own family, like for giving me ideas on how to educate the kids and fun things to do and how to get out of the house. There really is no limit to its potential. How can I get started with ChatGPT? That's a big question, all right? So very first step, go to the website, openai.com, and navigate to the ChatGPT platform. If you don't have an account, be sure to sign up for one. If you already have one, then go ahead and log in. Once you're logged in, then you'll have access to the ChatGPT interface in the website. And don't worry, we'll be seeing this in the very next video. But just simply start typing in the input box to interact with ChatGPT. Now, to get good quality answers, it does get more complicated and nuanced, and we'll be talking about those use cases as programmers in the next videos. But for whatever you needed, any of the prior use cases also, you develop your own forte. It doesn't matter. ChatGPT's excellent at it all, more or less. Note, though, it may involve some cost. There is a free tier, but there can be some lag on that free tier. And once you go to premium and API calls, and they're monitoring your usage and they're charging based on your usage. So just be wary of that. But what we'll do together in the following videos, all right? First video, we're going to be getting started with ChatGPT tutorial. I'm going to give you a step-by-step tutorial on how to interact with ChatGPT in the browser and use some of that code to make some live web applications. After that, we're going to use public documentation to make some API calls with ChatGPT. We're going to fetch data from the internet, spin it up on our own server, before heading into some like common JavaScript runtime errors. We're actually going to get down in the weeds. We're going to get bogged down with some errors, and we're going to solve those using ChatGPT before finally creating a functional JavaScript component using React.js that actually renders the data that we fetched from the server in the browser using Google Chrome or Internet Explorer or whatever browser you may be using. Here are some links. Thank you.